Lately, I've heard from some of you that you're feeling overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed is not unusual, and it's a feeling. And it happens because we're not following through with our commitments that we have actually set for ourselves. But for whatever reason, we aren't keeping our commitments. And so when you start to feel that tightness in your chest and that feeling of being overwhelmed, that means it's an opportunity to get to look at those commitments and decide for yourself why it is that you are not holding your boundaries, why you're not keeping your commitments. And then that's when you make the shift. And when you see and you recognize what it is that you're ready to shift, then you're going to have the 5 R's that you're going to use, right? The 5 R's are you're going to reset. And the reset, I like to compare to when you look at your computer and it's circling and thinking and thinking and thinking. It's like it's just circling and it's trying to get there, but it's just not quite getting there. And sometimes that's what our feeling overwhelmed feels like we're just circling and circling. So when you reset, that's when you are going to identify what it is that you are ready to shift out of. And once you recognize it, once you reset, then you're going to reframe it. So I'm going to give you an example of a reset and a reframe for myself. Several months ago, I shared the story, I've shared it with you guys, that I was terrible with money. I told myself that, I told other people that it was becoming my identity, that I'm just terrible with money. I would joke about it. But the reality is that in order for me to become that badass businesswoman that I want to become, I had to change that. I had to change my story. And so I reframed my saying that I was terrible with money to I don't really understand how to deal with this, but I get to learn how to deal with my money, and I get to shift into that badass businesswoman that I want to become. So I had to reframe it. That's what that means by reframe. After you reframe, then you're going to refocus. And refocusing is taking that next step. And it doesn't have to be a big step. For me, my next step was setting a date every week where I sit down with my bank account. I've named my money Oprah. So I have an Oprah money date every Friday at 9 a.m. And for an hour, I go through my bank account. So I keep very close track of where my money's coming from, where my money's going. And this is how I stay on track so that I don't feel overwhelmed when I'm trying to keep track of my money commitment, my money goals, right? And so that is how you refocus. And then once you refocus, you're going to start at the beginning. We're going to reset. We're going to reframe it. And then we're going to refocus that next step, take that next step. Then we're going to rinse and we're going to repeat, because once you reset, you're not going to keep, or you are going to keep doing it over and over again, because we don't just reset and reframe one time. This is something that's going to happen over and over and over again. And once you become boss at shifting, like you can shift on that dime, that, my friend, is when you are boss of your life. That's when you have your complete freedom, because you can just shift on a dime. You recognize it right away, and you don't ever go into that feeling of overwhelm. So I hope that you get a lot out of this lesson today, and I will talk to you guys soon.